at Brands Hatch near London for round 3 of Time Attack UK. Sadly, we had to sit out Donington, which was round 2, due to ill health. I'm on the mend now, so we're back to try again and see if my knee holds out through today. The weather's absolutely fantastic. Massive show again here for Tuner Fest. So there's drift action. There's all kinds of things going on. Racing Hondas, with obviously Time Attack in the mix. We're out at 10 to 11, I think. The Pro Class warm-up. So we're looking forward to that. We have had quite a lot to do on the car following the failure at Cadwell. So the car's undergone quite a lot of repairs. Wings, side skirt, subframe, wishbones, drive shafts. To name just a few of what's been going on. We have improved things quite substantially to make sure that we don't have any repeat of what happened. A lot of the super lightweight trick components have gone, and we've just made way for much sturdier, heavy-duty components for now, as the constant repair thing is not something that I have time for this year. So really looking forward to getting out in the car once again and seeing how we fare today.
So for those of you wondering, perhaps you're here as part of the wonderful Tuner Fest show, sponsored by MMT Performance, Get It On, Pulsar UK, Zerkotech, ProBite Performance Brakes, and Hugo's Plates. If you're here for the Tuner Fest aspect, more for the show, more for the clubs, you're here with your mates, and you're wondering, what is this happening on track right now? And Time Attack is all about lap time. So our drivers will have a 15-20 minute open pit lane session where drivers aim to set the fastest flying lap that they possibly can. And based on how fast their flying lap is compared to the other drivers, that's what determines the winner and second place and so on. So we might call it finisher, we might call it the finishing order and so on. That's not really, we're not talking about who's completed a greater race distance or anything like that. We're looking purely at lap time.
So back in from session 1, decent couple of laps. Made use of all the session up till the red flag. Car felt really good. Sun was out, temps were up straight away. Got tyre pressures pretty much bang on. Real neutral feel to the car after the whole front end being replaced. You hope that you're back to where you were, but it's never a given. So that was really positive. Brakes felt fantastic. Not running huge amounts of power this morning yet, but we returned a 51.3, which straight out the box, having the problems that we'd had at Cadwell and missing Donington, I think that's pretty respectable. Just need a quick spanner check over everything. Got some damper changes to make, so we're running like 4-way Olins, and there's so much adjustability on there, and there's a lot of movement for minimal amounts of adjustability. So now I play with those, just change some rebound settings, I think, just to dial it in a little bit more. Got some wheel spin coming out of the corner at the bottom of the hill, so let's try and eliminate that. Other than that, we're all good and ready to go for attack 1.
All right, attack 1 is underway now for our Time Attack drivers. starting out with the Club Pro, Pro, and Pro Extreme classes. New for 2025 is this format where instead of, in the past, only the afternoon session scoring points after the lunch break, now all the sessions score drivers points to some extent to encourage running in every single session, so that those of you visiting from the trackside get more time attack track action. So warm-up awarded points to drivers, 1 single point if they manage to complete a lap in warm-up to encourage everybody to get out during warm-up. For Clubman class, I think you can enter Clubman class in your road car as long as you fit the correct safety harness and a fire extinguisher. So, Zach, whatever car you have, we will hopefully be able to accommodate you. And in the meantime, I believe Susie has been catching up with some drivers in the paddock.
Just come back in from Attack 1, which is session 2 here at Time Attack today. Much of the same really for me. Got my lines sorted out. Braking zones are not quite there yet. I think I'd still be a little bit braver on the brakes. Used a couple of extra downshifts then, so going down a couple of gears rather than going up, which is my normal style, but it felt a lot better. Drive off the corners felt a lot stronger using, I think it was third, not fourth in a couple of places. So compensated with a little bit of extra wheel spin, but the drive felt better, and that returned us just cracked into the 50s that time. So I think it was a 50.98 or a 50.99. So 3 or 4 tenths quicker. Just some tyre pressures that we played with that time because everything did feel really nice. I didn't end up doing anything with the suspension, but I shall do now. We've got a little bit longer, and I'm spanning the car myself this weekend. So just need a bit more time to get into things like that. But really good session. Driving etiquette was really good. No dramas. Everybody was really patient and gave lots of space on hot laps. So hopefully there's more of that this afternoon. No red flags. Yeah, we'll push on. Try and get down to the bottom of these 50s and hopefully into these 49s.
Club Pro, Pro, and Pro Extreme cars now on track for their Attack 2 session. For those of you who are just joining us, what does Attack 2 mean? The new for 2025 Time Attack format is as follows. In the morning, we have a warm-up where drivers earn a point for setting a single lap to incentivize them to come out on track during warm-up, because some of the drivers tend to be a bit shy first thing in the morning. And then we have Attack 1 and Attack 2, both of which score drivers points based on how fast they can lap within their class. And then we have Super Attack, which awards the most points and decides the winners and runners-up of the day. Time Attack looks only at lap time. At no point will our Time Attack cars race wheel to wheel. Time Attack then technically is not racing, it is Time Attack. It's its own thing where drivers compete to set the fastest lap they possibly can, the fastest flying lap, I should add. They have 15 to 20 minutes of an open pit lane, as many bites of the cherry as they can fit in. drivers, as you can see, are divvied up into class. The class being decided by how modified the cars are. So similarly modified cars are put together, and they need to set the fastest flying lap within their class to win over the course of the 20-minute session. Simon Norris there with a 46.2 personal best from him. Thank you, those of us who are following on the Lucas Oil live stream in the UK, in Europe, in the US as well. This special edition is going out to our friends in the US on the Lucas Oil US channels as well, and of course anywhere else in the world as well. Thanks for joining us. If we do have another red flag, although touch wood, of course we won't, then I do recommend killing the time by having a wander around our various trade stalls and merchandise stalls and so on, because there's a lot of good stuff up for grabs at this particular round. Yeah, really, really impressed. I'm not usually one for trinkets and bits and bobs, but it's been way too tempting here at Tuna Fest. So yes, I leave this round with my wallet slightly lighter than how I arrived. We went from having no Pro Extreme cars so far this year to having 2 here at Tuna Fest. So truly all the treats and goodies here on display. So Andy Hughes in the X-Shift gearboxes Subaru WRC 2-door. Now, I know those of you in the comments will be able to help with this. When it says Subaru WRC 2-door, is this like a P1, or is this a custom job, or is this an actual WRC car? I mean, it says WRC on the entry list, right? But is it actually a WRC car? Please, those of you, those very erudited and well-read individuals who are in the comments, I would most appreciate some input. So, yes, MYB snapped camshaft. He's gone home, says Jutsu. Presumably that is in reference to Colin Dord. Not too sure what MYB means, though. It is an actual WRC car, confirms Majutsu. Wow! So we have an actual WRC car. Andy Hughes is driving an actual WRC car here at Time Attack, which is very cool. That was always a cool car, but I never was quite sure if that's an actual World Rally car or not.
We're in from Attack 2, which is session 3 now. Good solid run, 2 red flags in that session. Did have a bit of an issue with boiling brake fluid. So we came in for the first red flag. I hadn't really had a decent set of laps, so decided to wait in pit lane, and the brakes just got super hot. When we were released again, we got another 3 laps of running and then got pulled into Parc Fermé for an alternator check. So whilst being held in Parc Fermé on a slope, I had my foot on the brake pedal, and yeah, we lost all the brakes, boiled the fluid, so we had that to deal with when we came in. I thought we'd burst the line or something, but just turned out to be boiled fluid, so we bled a load through. I think we finished 3rd in class on that session, so not too bad. The 2 cars in front of us are both Mitsubishi Evolutions, and today the heat of the circuit, it just favours the 4-wheel drive system, so we are struggling and clambering for grip a little bit. So yeah, good solid session. We ran the full 20 minutes, so good seat time, good solid laps for the car, and really looking forward to the final in a couple of hours' time.
So there we go, Josh Barrett there, just behind Ilya Krylov. Andy Hughes there as well. Yeah, very racy there from Simon Norris. So what's that? Yeah, 17-second second sector, 44.8, his new personal best. That's a session best as well. You can see there he's slowed down quite considerably for his cool down lap. So he punched in an absolute flyer just then, and now backing off a little bit to bring things back into that temperature window. Darren Spooner, great to see him back this year in the number 13.
Yeah, and obviously we saw Darren have that quite dramatic incident at Cadwell. Do you remember we had the interview, and then straight away we went to the footage, and he was going around where he was talking about the front wheel being loose, and then he came around the corner, and then the front wheel came off. So,
oh my goodness.
his drive shaft snapped. So,
wow.
So I mean, back out today, he was saying he was having problems with brake cooling. Actually, I think where the cars are coming into Parc Fermé, and then sitting on the brakes, and I think that all that heat is just transferring into the brakes, and then actually he said he's never had issues with brake cooling before, so hopefully he's managed to get that resolved, because, again, especially in these pro classes, if you're approaching the end of Paddock Hill, you really, really do not want to be short of brakes. That would be absolutely terrifying.
Very true. Yeah, the Spooks Racing Development machine there. This Peugeot 205, still Peugeot powered. We have another Peugeot 205 who comes and goes, Andy York. Not in Time Attack this year, I don't believe. His is K-swapped, of course, but Darren Spooner's is still running a Peugeot engine. But of course, Spooks are such Peugeot experts.
Just back from Super Attack, which is the final session of the day. Really, really hot out on circuit. I think we're reporting track temperatures of like 45 degrees. No matter what I tried, couldn't get past the low 51. Decided to call it a day after, I don't know what it was, 8, 9, 10 laps. Trying different gears, different lines, different braking zones, just low 51s every single time. So no point carrying on along those lines. Decided to call it a day. Sadly, it wasn't good enough for a podium position. I think we've come in fourth in class. So great day out racing, lovely weather, great to be back out in the car. Had a really, really nice weekend. Results aside, some good solid points we scored in every session. Yeah, just a lovely day's racing. So the next round takes us on to Snetterton, which is a really fast circuit. I do enjoy that, and we've always had quite a lot of success there. It's normally ran quite late in the year, so it'd be quite nice to have it a bit earlier on for a bit better weather. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and we'll see you next time.